Hi Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for March 21st to the 27th. This card kept falling out as I was shuffling the deck, so I'm really strongly guided to just have this card as your theme for this week. So the message that I'm picking up from this card for you, Aquarius, is to, so there's going to be some kind of insight, or you may start to realize how there were all these instances maybe in your past or in your life as you kind of look back, where certain people or certain things have almost been sent there to protect you, to be your guardian. And they were showing me how it's like it could have shown up in the form of like animals, like we may have had like a pet that we grew up with and we were really, really close with, or there may have been like a friend or a neighbor or a teacher, someone, and I feel they're giving me this sense of like there was this feeling about that animal or that person or something where it felt like they were sent specifically for you or sent specifically to protect you from something. And Spirit is guiding me to also say, like, you can also look at that as how you've always been protected this whole time. You may just not have realized it. How there were all of these things in our day-to-day life, or just like these random occurrences or things that happened serendipitously that we can look back and think, I don't think that was a coincidence. I think that person was put there especially for me, like in that moment when I needed something, when I needed someone. There's like this grace that comes in. And so Spirit is strongly guiding me for us to kind of reflect on those times in our life where we now look at it and we're like, wow, I never put two and two together. But, it was interesting that experience was there, that person was there, or that animal was there. I always had this like protector around me. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I feel like you're going to see how this week, how you've always been divinely guided, how you've always been protected, how you've always been watched over. We may just not have realized it. And so some things where we think we went down the wrong path, or we went down like we made a mistake or something didn't go right. I'm hearing that it was not a mistake, and I know it looks like it didn't go right, but you were actually being redirected. I mean, it's true. That's the popular saying of rejection is God's protection or redirection. So it's like there's something here about that you're going to kind of see with more clarity. How you were being protected from something could have gone, it could have been worse, or it could have been gone in a different direction that wasn't meant for you. You're going to see that, and how you kind of have always been watched over for, because you have a purpose here. And, there is something that you are being guided to do, guided to become, or guided to put out into the world or express out into the world, something that's unique, your light. And it needed to be protected and watched over. So, okay, let's go into the tarot here. The 21st to the 27th. Aquarius. I'm hearing like bigger picture, like seeing the bigger picture about something. Wow. Oh, look at that. Queen of Cups and King of Cups. I like that. Okay, I feel like there's a rebuilding happening here. I feel like there's a rebuilding in a relationship. So I know that relationships, especially that twin flame connection, is really strong in your readings, Aquarius, lately. So I am kind of seeing that. So there's a Queen of Cups, King of Cups. There's a rebuilding here. Now, it may be that both energies, the divine masculine and female or feminine, are rebuilding independently. But there is something that it's slow. I mean, Knight of Pentacles is a slow moving card. It's a slow build, but it is building. There's also something about silence here between the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. It's almost like, it's weird. It's like they're looking away from each other, but they're both in the same frequency. They're both in that cups space. they're both in their emotions and their feelings. They're dropping into their heart space. They're listening to their heart. They are tuning into deeper wisdom. But they're also in a hibernation or protective space as well, because both, like Queen of Cups especially, is all about nurturing and self-care and loving herself and really honoring herself. And I kind of feel like this King of Cups is also in the space of understanding his emotions and mastering them. And setting boundaries is kind of what I'm hearing as well. Setting boundaries around his environment. Having a sense of maybe even like regaining a sense of control. I think there's also a release that's kind of happening with him. Like there's this releasing of emotions, of feelings, the depth of what has been kind of lurking within him for a long time. And again, this doesn't have to be male, but just the masculine. There's like a masculine energy, the divine masculine. So however you identify. So yeah, there's something here that's being rebuilt. And I feel like there is a silence about it because I feel like there's a connection that's also being protected. So it's almost like that silence is necessary. It's important. Okay, so 7 of Cups. I need to know about the 7 of Cups here. I feel like there's a clearing of the fog. There's a clearing of this mental fog with the 7 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Seeing things clearly now. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. There's something being reignited, and it's like time. It's time for something to change. It's time for something to get going. It's time for the veil to be lifted off, the truth to come out about something. And there's also an understanding, a listening, coming to like some kind of common ground. I feel like there's a new level of understanding within a connection. Or also understanding why some things may have been so confusing. Having maybe some compassion or forgiveness to allow something to move, to allow something to kind of get going, for the energy to move. There's something about the emotions, like dropping something or letting something go, that's going to help move something forward. I feel like there's a lot about vulnerability in this reading as well. So maybe coming into a space of vulnerability for both people. Okay, and then we have the King of Swords and the 3 of Wands. So this new perspective from the King of Swords. So King of Swords is someone who is not just intelligent, but just really aware of his surroundings, has a newfound sense of awareness. It's almost like he was gifted. It's like a gift was brought down for him, maybe like through a dream or some kind of insight. And it's like he was given some kind of special tool or gift to look into what's around him to help him clear the fog that he may have been in for quite some time. And I feel like he's also looking at other things in a different perspective, probably even from a higher perspective. That 3 of Wands kind of wanting to... There's like a new level of understanding is what I'm seeing here. What else do we need to know about this? 3 of Wands and 3 of King of Swords. The Hanged Man. Okay. There's a lot of activity in the third eye and the crown chakra that's happening here. Four of Wands. Okay. The Hanged Man and the Four of Wands. There's something stagnant within, there's something stagnant maybe in a relationship, something kind of on pause, something on hold. The Four of Wands is, could be symbolizing marriage or within the home situation, but there's something at a standstill there. There's something at a standstill there. What do we need to know about the Hanged Man and the Four of Wands? Something paused, something at a standstill. Judgment, seeing the truth. So seeing the truth about something. So being forced to, so it's almost like this King of Swords is hanging in this Hanged Man position, kind of forced into a space where he is forced to kind of look at the truth about something. Like Spirit had to kind of give him this experience to look at the truth about something in his home foundation. What else do we need to know about this with the Judgment? What is the truth that he's seeing? What is the truth that the King of Swords is seeing? What is the truth that... Okay, yeah. The Hermit. What do you know about that? There's a lot of like spiritual knowledge, a lot of insights. Could be, oh, look at that. Okay, Queen of Pentacles reversed. This could be someone else. This could be someone else, someone who... So the Queen of Pentacles, in her positive light, nurtures, is very patient, really, seeks opportunities for growth, very independent and abundant in her life, really knows how to like build a warm, beautiful home, and knows how to take care of herself, and has the patience to really persevere through things, knows how to, like, what it takes to build something substantial, solid. Works hard for what she has and what she builds for herself, is very grounded and very giving, also like very generous is what I'm hearing. Very generous with her time, her energy, because she's so abundant in her life. I always feel like she comes really close to the Empress. Out of all of the queens, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles reminds me the most of the Empress. Not her entirely, but really has that warmth to her. So that's her in a positive light. In a negative light, when it's reversed, I mean, she could be quite cold and quite materialistic and only focused on the material. And so there's not as much warmth there. It's a bit more cold. One has a very narrow, and this is not you, Aquarius. I feel like this is someone around the King of Swords. This is not you. This is someone who I feel like is, it's almost like they only see one way, like only one way of living, or only one side to something. Like that's all they know. It's like they're not able to expand their mind in being able to dig deeper. Like they don't have a deeper understanding, or they don't live from like this deeper space. It's very superficial. It's very on the surface. It's all more about like material needs, material gains. And that's all life is about for this. That's the energy that I'm picking up on here. So take it as it resonates. It's, that's just the vibe that I'm getting from this. But what else do we need to know about this? The Queen of Pentacles reversed. And I feel like this King of Swords is looking at the Queen of Pentacles and seeing this about her, or seeing this about some kind of connection. Maybe they're married, or there's some kind of connection here with the King of Swords, Queen of Pentacles reversed. He's like being able to, it's almost like being isolated. For the King of Swords here, hanging in this Hanged Man position is forcing him to see the truth about this connection here. right? Like he's seeing reality for what it is. And it's giving him like this spiritual insight. It's pushing him onto the spiritual path. Let's look more into this Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like we need more information here. So Queen of Pentacles, what do we need to know about the Queen of Pentacles reversed? Okay, yeah. So there's some kind of foundation that's breaking down now. I feel like this may have been an all of a sudden, like seeing someone for who they really are kind of thing, like, or seeing another side to them. So maybe this King of Swords is looking at the Queen of Pentacles and seeing, like, having this like epiphany or this moment of, oh my gosh, like I had no idea. Like I didn't realize, just seeing something in a different angle. What else? Can we have one more for the Tower, for the Pentacles and the Tower of Aquarius? Yeah. So seeing through an illusion is bringing a Tower moment. So with the Moon card, it's about, a lot of times it's the unknown, it's mysteries, but it's also illusions, you know, like seeing where we have been living in some sense, or someone has been blinded by something, or not being able to see something clearly. And that clarity is bringing in a Tower moment within some kind of connection that they're around. So that's what I'm seeing here. But let's look into the Queen of Cups. Who is this Queen of Cups? What do we need to know about the Queen? I feel like this is you, Aquarius. Queen of Cups. Ooh, look at that. The Emperor. I feel like the Queen of Cups is someone in this energy just really dedicated and devoted to taking care of herself. I feel like she's had to learn that. She's had to learn to be very comfortable in that space. Even at times it may not have been very comfortable for her to learn to become that. It's like she really had to grow into herself and prioritize herself. It's like a skill she really had to adopt and master within herself. And that mastery is calling in her Emperor, calling in someone who is worthy of her, someone who can hold space for her in that way. But I also kind of feel like this could also be you as well, the Emperor. So the Queen of Cups, through having a deep connection with oneself, is allowing you to grow into your place as a leader. So you are leading from a heart-filled space, a place from the soul, like you live from your heart and soul. And so whatever you're creating for your life, whatever you're manifesting for your life, is putting you in this Emperor position. So you could also take it like that as well. I feel like there's both there. So some of you, you could quite literally be calling in your Emperor and at the same time becoming your own leader. Or it could be, one of the other. It's however it resonates with you. But there is a connection of living from the heart and really tapping into your true worth and value and self-love, and being able to call in a abundant life for yourself that is long lasting, because there is a deeper wisdom and inner truth about life and how things work, like how the energy, when we attract like the right things, and how we attract the right things and how we sustain them, I feel like is coming from a place of inner knowledge, like inner wisdom and inner connection. I feel like there's a lot of, oh, wow, my gosh. So there's a lot of abundance. I was just going to say that, a lot of abundance coming in here for you. I am seeing that some of you are going to be really coming into a lifestyle. I mean, not saying that this is, okay, never mind. I don't know what I was going to say. But I feel like you're going to come into a lifestyle where you're really going to get to enjoy luxuries, which is really nice. I kind of feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I feel like there is something really beautiful about that. I feel like it's well deserved. I feel like there's something on the horizon here for you. So it may not necessarily happen this week, but just know that there is an energy that's coming towards you. Whatever you're building, whatever you're creating for yourself, it is going to give you the the freedom to enjoy things, to really splurge on stuff is kind of what I'm seeing. I'm really kind of feeling like there's this luxurious, but there's like a modesty to it too. It's not like I'm not seeing you kind of being, oh, like, look at me. It's more of like, look at what I've built for myself, and look at the blessings that I get to enjoy because of how hard I worked and because of where how I built myself up. Yeah, there's something really beautiful about it. There's like an experience, like a blessing, like you get to enjoy the abundance of life and the gifts that life has to offer. I think you're healing this. So some of you may have come from a space of feeling, lack, things not working out, feeling like maybe other people kind of have. And I think that this Five of Pentacles was actually, again, it was almost like, feels like you went down the wrong path or something didn't work out. But I'm also sensing that it was actually a form of protection for you as well. Having to go through some kind of experience where you felt left out, or you didn't get something that other people were getting. And I feel like some of you may have felt like there was a stage in your life where you were looking at everybody else around you and they were all moving forward in their life. They were all getting, like moving up and getting the things that they want. And you couldn't understand why it was not happening for you. But I feel like it was pushing you to become this Queen of Cups, or even the Empress, right? Like it was pushing you to embody this energy, to really love yourself, to really nurture yourself. Because from that place, so creating your abundance from that place is actually bringing you into this Emperor and King of Pentacles, something long-term, longevity, leadership, having your own empire and never having to worry about it again. So there's something, it's almost like, yes, it took a little bit longer for you, but yours is something permanent. It's something long lasting. It's something that will take you all the way. And so that is something that it's almost like it was that protection. And I feel like you're going to be seeing that. I feel like as you come more into your abundance and as you start attracting that, you may not see it right away, but it is coming towards you. I can feel the energy coming towards you. That you'll start to see that. You'll see like, oh, this whole time, no wonder, if it wasn't for me experiencing this Five of Pentacles, I would have never been pushed to become this Queen of Cups. I would have never learned to really build myself up from the ground or learn to love myself and nurture myself. I was being pushed into it's almost like Spirit pushes you into a corner until you have no choice but to do that or become that. And from that place, I create this empire for myself, or this abundance for myself. And I feel like a lot of you are also changing, patterns in your family as well. Like maybe there was just a different way different way of living, or a different way of seeing things. And maybe it didn't work for you and you found a different way that works for you, but maybe yours is better. Maybe yours is a better way. And people will follow you as the example. You may be setting like a trend, changing things and being a leader in that way, like kind of being the first to do something or the first to become something in your family that is not taught, but it's something you had to learn based off of your own experiences. And people are kind of looking at it and they may have laughed at you in the past, or they may have kind of looked at and be like, what are they doing? That's not going to work. And you're kind of showing everyone that it does. And now everyone wants to learn from you. So I kind of see that energy from some of you as well. Yeah. Happiness. You're really living from the heart. And I feel like that's the example that you're setting. I think that there may be some kind of belief for some of the people that are around you, perhaps, that they believe like you can't create this abundance or the type of lifestyle that you want based off of your passions or based off of your creativity or based off of something that really speaks to your heart. Maybe like some of us are taught you have to pick one or the other. But I feel like you're showing a different way of doing something that, look, you can create your abundance from following your heart, and from you can be passionate about something and still be abundant in your life and have security and stability and all of those other practical, realistic things about life that we all need. but still have this spirituality and have this compassion and care. Like you don't have to cut one part out of your life to have the other. So some of you may be coming from, a programming from that, but you're changing that. Beautiful. Let me just get that card that fell. And I love that. Look, we have the 8 of Pentacles. So that's exactly what that's exactly what this card is about. It's hard work. But this card is also about embracing what we're good at, embracing our talents, our gifts, being able to make money off of the things that we're passionate about, things that we're naturally good at. And I feel like you're coming more and more into that. Like you're growing in that strength. You're nurturing, you're healing this heart. You're tending to it. You are giving yourself the permission to every day. It's like she's like strumming her heart like a guitar. It's like she's practicing every day, learning it, understanding it, trying to figure out what it wants, what it needs, and how can I meet those needs. And from that, you are blossoming in this beautiful way that is bringing abundance, but also money, but also like friends and connections and healing relationships within family, all kinds of things. Like you're just attracting, like look at all those butterflies. By her painting this beautiful butterfly, she's like attracting all these other butterflies. So by her tapping into her own authenticity, doing the thing that is most in resonant with who she really is, she's attracting exactly that. People, connections, opportunities, things that are in alignment with who she is authentically. So it's a perfect match, which is really beautiful. And look, we have the 2 of Cups. And in that process, we attract our counterpart, because that is also this part of who we are authentically. So the more in connection we are in connection with that, the closer that bond becomes, that stronger that bond becomes. So it's all connected. It all kind of relies upon how deeply and how connected we are with ourselves. Okay, King of Cups. Some of you maybe also be healing your throat chakra as well. Okay, so the King of Cups is in the 4 of Cups position. So a bit distant, not really wanting to engage in his emotions. Not that he doesn't have emotions, but he's kind of cutting himself off from his emotions, or maybe just wanting to take some time to understand his emotions. What else do we need to know about this? Can we know more about the 4 of Cups? 3 of Pentacles. So this King of Cups feels like there's an emotional withdrawal, either from some kind of community that he's a part of with the 3 of Pentacles, because this is all about collaboration. This is all about working with others, building something together with others. So is the Page of Pentacles. It's like, those understanding what we want to build with other people. It's like nurturing, growing something. But there is the 4 of Cups. So can we have more information about this? The King of Pentacles. So someone who is dedicated and committed to taking care of his home. Thinks about long-term. Thinks about long-term plans for the future. So either this King of Cups is nurturing something that's around him, or he's making plans to nurture something that he wants to build for the long term. And he's being a bit kind of reserved in his emotions for now. I feel like this could go either way. I mean, it's a bit muddled. So I kind of feel like, but there's something here about the King of Cups putting his energy towards building for the future. He's building something for the future, so making plans for the future. So whether that's around the community that he's in right now, or that's towards what is he building towards? What is this King of Cups building towards? The The King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. What is the King of Cups building? Okay, sorry. I've been dropping cards all week, so I feel like it's just part of this week. So I'm just going to drop cards. Okay, so Six of Cups, Ace of Swords. Okay, so I asked, what is he building towards? The Six of Cups, Ace of Swords. So maybe something about a connection from the past. He's looking at something from the past, understanding something in a different light. He has the answer or the key to something is kind of what I feel like. I feel like he understands something in a different light. Breakthrough, clarity. But he's keeping it close to his chest. There's something very reserved. He's not speaking. There's no speaking here. Okay, and then we have the Five of Wands. And again, the King of Cups. So the King of Cups twice here. I feel like this is all about strategy and tactic. That's why we have the Ace of Swords. So it feels like this King of Cups is building something for the long term, invested in, interested in, kind of investing something for like forever kind of thing with the King of Pentacles. Wants to collaborate, wants to build. But because we have the Page of Pentacles as well, though, it's like we're in the beginning stages, like kind of slowly nurturing something every day, bringing some water to the flowers, not really expecting anything huge or big, but kind of trying our hand at something, which is why I kind of feel like we have the Four, not showing emotions, like being very secretive, being very, very, to themselves. But there's a lot going on underneath, especially with that King of Cups. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot brewing underneath the surface, but not a whole lot being revealed on the surface. So there's a lot of emotions underneath. Okay. So then, and so that's why we have the Five of Wands, because that is strategy. Playing your cards right, knowing when it's time to make the right kinds of moves. I feel like this King of Cups is just in planning, strategizing mode. Okay, so if this is a twin flame connection, and I know this is not going to resonate for everybody, but if this is one of those connections, I feel like the divine feminine right now is in this space of healing. She is building an empire for herself based off of her deep connection and understanding of herself. So she's really stepping into her power. She's blossoming. She's growing. She is exploring her talents, her gifts. She's finding out who she really is. And through that, her heart is opening in a way that it's never opened before. She's seeing her life in a new way that she has never seen before. And what this is allowing her to do is to take chances, to be more courageous, to believe in herself where she kind of feels like maybe no one else has, or she's showing a different way. She's really showing up as a leader in her own life. And that's really paving the path for her. And as that's happening, as she comes deeper and deeper into her authenticity, it's naturally attracting her counterpart. And so the divine masculine over here is starting to wake up to his own emotions and starting to see his circumstances around him. There may be some changes that he feels like he needs to make or he's going through. So he is quietly and very discreetly kind of making some plans and putting some plans in place to build something for the long term that's sustainable and something that makes him happy. But I feel like that is there's something about strategy here. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on here in some relationship. Let's do one more for the Five of Wands. Can we have one more? Yeah. So transformation. It's inevitable, it's divine timing. I believe we had the Wheel of Fortune here. This is all about destiny and time. It's the time for something to kind of happen. Yeah. and then Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. So almost like there could also be a little bit of denial here as well with the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles, like not wanting to make some kind of change or having our intuition blocked, being confused, feeling confused about things. So I feel like there is some navigation, like internal navigation that's happening here with this energy. And there's more building and empowerment and abundance coming from the more divine feminine energy over here. So I feel like, and that could also be happening within us as well, because we both have the divine feminine and masculine within us too. So we could see how maybe our divine masculine part of us is trying to sort through how we can kind of build something or put something into action or create stability in our life, and then really blossoming in our self-worth, our self-value here. So take it as it resonates. I feel like it's just going to resonate differently for everyone, but okay. But you're on your way. There's a lot of energies that are coming towards you. With the Eight of Wands, I feel like you're well on your way for some major changes that are happening. This is going to be, it's going to build to like a crescendo at some point. So, I feel like this is preparation mode for those changes. You're being prepared by spirit, for those changes. So just take it one day at a time. You're doing enough and you're doing a beautiful job. So don't put too much pressure on yourself, because I feel like sometimes when we can sense that there's something kind of coming towards us, we can feel like we're not doing enough, but you are. Okay, what's a challenge for Aquarius this week? Sad embrace. Okay, so no reverse. Sad embrace. So this is a challenge this is what you're kind of up against here. So I feel like there are a lot of emotions that are needing to be addressed. There may be some like repressed emotions or things that haven't been released yet. So I feel like there's like a cleansing or a releasing happening here. Can we know more about the sad embrace for Aquarius? I think there's like an honoring, yeah. So like things that have been hidden. So this week you may find that you're a bit more emotional, that there's a lot of emotions coming out. You're releasing a lot of things, and the moon is really, really strong here. I feel like we have a full moon on the 18th. So that may be kind of significant for some of us, as well as we release something being revealed, more and more truths coming out, and us having to look at, all the things that we keep stored underneath. So that may be something that does come up here, is there may be a lot of emotions that start to surface. What's something positive that Aquarius can look forward to this week? Something positive. I have two. Oh, wow. Interesting. And this is positive. See, I feel like you are overcoming. I feel like there's a release happening. And on the other side of the coming apart and storm fields, you're going to feel a lot lighter. So there's a breakthrough. I see this as a breakthrough with the coming apart and storm fields. It's like you're facing something head on. It may cause you to feel a bit emotional as you're seeing something for what it is. Maybe you're accepting a truth for what it is, but it's also setting you free. So freedom through a deep inner truth or something kind of being revealed. Can we have one more have some more? What's something positive for Aquarius this week? I'm hearing setting the record straight. Details. Oh, look at that. Clarity. I love that. It says clarity right there. Yeah, setting the record straight. Interesting. So yeah, seeing something clear. Seeing something clear is going to set you free. Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, let's do one more from your angels. Angel messages for Aquarius. Triumphant. So very successful week is kind of what I'm seeing. I feel like there's a lot of insight and clarity that's happening here for you, and it's going to help you to move in the direction that you need to move in. It's going to give you maybe some missing pieces that you feel like have been elusive, or they haven't really quite made sense, or you haven't been able to put something together quite right yet. So clarity and truths is going to be strong here. The moon is really strong, especially I'm being drawn to this moon card here as well. So get ready for some insights being revealed to you. I feel like you may go through another level or another like layer being peeled back to see something more clearly. A beautiful Aquarius. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for next week. Bye, Aquarius.